Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 7th of December. Now, if you are new here, please subscribe. I pretty much let my guides just channel through to you, get messages to you that might be current, or they can be, sometimes they can be predictions of what's coming. So I'll close my eyes, guys. We'll get started and we'll see what comes up. Oh, I'm getting Sunak. We know Sunak's part of the WEF. He is. He's coming out with all the facts now. He's very, very methodical and very intelligent. So he's coming out with all the facts of his rollout. This is Sushi. Sorry, I call him Sunak. Sometimes I forget. Sushi is he's implementing. He's going to be a hard taskmaster on himself. I told you he's a person that climbs the ladder, but he climbs the ladder very methodically when it comes to the reset agenda. So we know that Sushi's on it. He's all over this. He's organised. He's got his plan. He's got his plan mapped out, and it's all systems go for Sushi. And this is what I mean about he's going to politically put you on the map. He's going to take charge and rebuild the UK. He is. That's what his agenda is. So I'm getting Sushi. God, we know they're all WEF puppets, but they just love it, don't they? They love climbing that ladder of success. I'm getting Trudeau. I'm getting Turdo. He's getting that fire reignited in his belly again. See, he got taken down a few rungs on the reset ladder. I said he was like the teacher's pet, but I got the feeling that Klaus might have a few other teacher's pet. Sushi could be one of them. He's got a few teacher's pets. Macron's trying to roll everything out too, so he might be up there. So I'm getting that Turdo's trying to rebuild himself again. He's trying to rebuild his empire. Like I said, he's delegating to the people and getting them to kind of work for him now, so it doesn't look like supposedly the bad guy, even though we all know he was already the bad guy. It's very hard to undo your image when you've already ruined it. So he's trying to improve his image by not stomping on people now. Don't think it's going to work. He's trying to turn it around, but still climb the ladder of success. Oh, they're competitive, these leaders. Don't worry about that. I keep getting that they're all trying to pass each other on the ladder of success of the reset rollout. Oh, God. They're showing me, you know what they're showing me? They're showing me that we always talk here, guys, if you're new, about the carpets of the reset rollout. There's all different colours. They roll out the red carpet when the reset's going really well for them. We have the green carpet for the renewables. We have dollar carpets. Well, now they're showing me the carpets of the ladders, snakes and ladders. God. And they're showing me how, you know how when you play snakes and ladders, if you land on the wrong thing, you slither down the snake and go back to the start again and you climb the ladders. Well, now I'm getting this like game of snakes and ladders representing these elite leaders are playing their own game of snakes and ladders. So we've got the big snakes and ladders carpet rollout, which means they're trying to beat each other on the board and have a win. They want to achieve. Gosh, we know they're competitive. Oh, and there just seems to be more and more leaders coming on board. They're coming out of the woodwork. Who are all these people? So I'm getting now, we've got the big giant carpet of the snakes and ladders game for the global elites and global leaders. Just mostly the leaders, but there's a few elites on there. Did you hear that, William and Kate, when they travelled to that Earthshot climate change conference or whatever, summit or whatever meeting it was, they actually did catch a normal domestic plane. They didn't take their private jet, which would have been very bad going to that. And that's when I said they used the hybrid Range Rovers. Although Meghan and Harry are still flying around on their private jets, I see. That's always being highlighted to everybody. Ooh, the big show tomorrow. I can't wait. That's going to start. I bet you're all waiting with bated breath. New clown show to be watching. It'll actually be interesting to see what that's about. They build it up, don't they? Like to the point of ridiculous. It'll probably be a real letdown. Sometimes they can build it up too much that, you know, it ends up being a flop. But I guess we'll see tomorrow. Where were we? Oh, yes, the snakes and ladders game. So it's the rolling of the dice now to what they're going to, how they're going to climb up. Oh my God, this is exhausting. This is even exhausting for these global leaders because they're trying to get ahead of each other because they want to be the first one to roll this out. Gosh, I only have to listen to Sushi talking and he is determined. He has got his mind on it. He's like Trudeau. I said Trudeau's like the computer game. He just wants the digital ID, the digital ID. Well, this is what they're all like. With whatever they've been handed, I talked about them being handed their numbers of what they've got to roll out. Sushi's would probably be the renewables, I would guess. And these are the kind of things that now they're really wanting to just take it that one step further and really implement it now. And they don't want it to be a wishy-washy thing. That's what I said in this morning's video. Was it this morning? No, yesterday's, about the one-way ticket. And thank you for whoever shared that. I can't remember who the band was, but you did share it. Thank you for that. The one-way ticket song, meaning they only want this to go in one direction. Onwards and upwards is what these leaders are saying on the snakes and ladders game. Okay, I don't think we're going to get a roll of the dice on that game somehow. I think we're definitely not involved in that snakes and ladders game. Let's see where else we go today. Oh, it's just saying it. Sleepwalkers, people are becoming extremely aware. They are very aware that everything's going wrong. They know. They do. I've been saying it for ages. They've been in their denial bubble suits, and they are. And they're having to unzip them now. They're having to unzip them so they can breathe. It's like they've got too hot in their bloody denial bubble suits, and they're having to get the air. And you know, when you're all overwhelmed, for example, say a race car driver who's been driving around in a car for like, you know, all day on a marathon car race, and he gets out of his cool suit's not working and he's got to undo the zipper and he's all flustered and having like nearly heat stroke. Well, that's what's happening to these sleepwalkers. It's showing them just freaking out now. They're almost having, seriously, a lot of them probably literally as well. Sorry, I've still got itchy eyes, guys, with spring. It's been terrible this season. This is what they're doing. They're freaking out. They're having like panic attacks, anxiety. And this isn't a bad thing. As much as it can overwhelm people, it still helps people to kind of break down and figure all this out because they're having to do their research. They're having to find out. They're trying to work it out. So this is what we've got. We've got sleepwalkers having their like panic attacks now and being afraid. They're being afraid of their government. And this is good. And it's not... see, with the jab wheel and things like that, they weren't afraid of their government. It was different for them as it was a different journey to what we went through because they weren't scared of government. They were trusting in government. They really trusted in their government. If any of you go and look at my sister's video that she shot with me recently called To Jab or Not to Jab, I don't care if anyone's jabbed or not. That just doesn't bother me. That's a personal decision. But the way that the unjabbed were vilified was really cruel. I'll leave that video down here. So, see, they trusted in the science. They trusted in the doctors. They trusted in their media. They trusted in their government. And now it's all turning around on them and they're freaking out. They're having a panic attack because they know this is coming to fruition. The conspiracies that the crazy tinfoil hat flat earthers, conspiracy theorists, well, in our case, we call them BS detectors, everything that they've been saying, it's coming true. Right before their very eyes. So now they've got the panic attack, anxiety bloody going on. Some aren't. Some might be still in the mass psychosis. And I know we've all seen them. It's a really hot summery day here and there's people still wearing black masks around. I look at them and I think, how can you breathe? Oh, I'm sure you guys are seeing it too. People are still wearing masks, covering up. I mean, how can they stand it? 3 years of wearing a mask. No thanks. Couldn't stand it. Maybe they're just hiding their face. It's like they don't want to face reality, isn't it? That's still part of the... I guess if you think of the mask, though, that's still a denial bubble, a part of the denial bubble suit, really, because a mask is like you're still hiding a bit. You're not coming out and seeing reality, really, and being open to it. Oh, they used to want to live in that narrative of the CV virus. God, it's running amok here again. I told you that. It's still going crazy. Every second person's got CV virus. Half of them aren't admitting it. Oh, God, it's driving me crazy over here. I don't know what you guys are going through. Let me know down below if the CV's running amok, but it's going everywhere in New South Wales here in Australia. I'll see what else we get today. God, yeah, I keep getting it. It must be happening. I'm getting funds pouring in. So I'm getting this like real fast stream. Like it's showing me funds, meaning money, pouring into the capitals, pouring into the cities. This is really happening. They're really changing the infrastructure of the cities and they're doing it really fast. They are. I said that in my Australia video this morning, if anyone wants to go check that out. The Sydney and Canberra are really being targeted. But see, this would be like New Zealand, Wellington, where are we? Probably UK, London, different parts, America, it might be New York getting changed. We talk about that a lot. This is happening, the capital cities, the funding is getting poured into these to change the infrastructure. Oh, we know what's going to happen with that, don't we? Credit scoring. Won't that be great? Actually, if anyone's heard Sushi talk, he's already talking about the mandates and sort of controlling everything. And we know they've been on the outskirts of, I think I told you, on the outskirts of London, and that I kept getting the other week, they were building these little, they're kind of like villages, but they're this smaller, cheaper, affordable housing. But it's going to be all set up with all the gadgetry, you know, that you can track and trace, and you know, you can only go certain kilometers from your house, and there's something they call them, is it 15-minute suburbs or something like that? There's something about you can only go like 15 minutes out of your suburb. This is the kind of crap that's going on anyway. So they're pouring the money into the cities now to really start to get things rolling out. Hang on, let's see what we get. I get the strangest things on this video. Just bear with me for a second, will you? Oh, God. They're giving me this band. I can't even think of a song. But it's called the Bay City Rollers. Remember the Bay City Rollers? I know you'd know them over in England. Weren't they English? Were they Irish? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But I was very young when they were out. But they wore tartan all the time. I can't even think of a Bay City Roller song. But they're just saying to me, like, this is what they're doing. They're rolling it out really fast. It's like the Bay City Rollers. That's what I'm getting, which is this great band that just had huge humongous success that just came out, and boom, they were just an overnight success. That's what they're hoping the reset's going to be, an overnight success, like the Bay City Rollers. God, you've got to go check out some of their songs. I can't even think of their songs offhand. You guys might think of some. Write them down below so we can go and play some of them. God, it was, one's nearly coming to me. They had so many hits, it was ridiculous. Sorry, guys, I've just gone blank. But anyway, they're wanting this to roll out and be like a big success like the Bay City Rollers with their rollout. And they're showing me the tartan carpet. Oh, God. Remember we used to all wear the tartan? We thought we were really cool in school and everything with the Bay City Rollers. I think it was Eric, wasn't there? Woody. There was all the, oh, God, things we go through, guys. How is the flashbacks on this ridiculous channel? Anyway, enough the Bay City Rollers and the tartan carpet rolling out, because they want this to be a big success. And this would be definitely Sushi. I'm guessing these bands might be in, were they English? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Maybe they're Irish. Anyway, let me know down below if you can think of any of the Bay City Roller songs. But they want this to be a like big success like that overnight. The rollout to just work and be implemented, and it's all going to plan. That's what these global elites want. Let's see where else we go today. God. I'm just getting, this message is for you guys watching my channel. We need to keep finding ourselves. It is really important that we don't lose our identity. Now, in my video, it must have been yesterday, I talked about how they're trying to take us down. They're trying to make us feel insignificant. They're trying to make us poor. We know they are. And they're trying to take our identity away from us. By knocking people down a few pegs. We know that they are, and they want all the little peasants and people working for big corporate and their big companies and all this kind of stuff, so we lose our identity. But it's very important, the guides are saying, that we stay firm in our in finding ourselves and who we really are, and have that strength and courage to keep moving forward with our life, despite that the world, and the guides is showing the world is crumbling around us. It's showing me like that earthquake energy again, where everything's shaking, but we're we're still really stable. Like everything is falling around us, but we're like looking around at all this destruction and madness and chaos, but we're remaining really stable. Like it's almost like they're showing me we've got these like steel rods around us and this steel roof, and we're like really protected. It's kind of strange, but we're really, really stable in the chaos, and that's why we have to keep finding ourselves. And I keep getting that song. I keep getting that Whitney Houston song. I believe the children are our future. Here's some well. Find your strength in love. Learning to love yourself. So we've got to keep loving ourselves, because that's how we, and probably honoring ourselves and our strength and the things that we've been through and all the challenges we've faced. That's what gives us these pillars of strength. And that's why I'm getting the metal pillars around us with the metal roof. And like the whole world is like, it's like Armageddon kind of situation, or some movie you'd see. And we're just standing in this little, under this little metal, like, I don't know what you'd call it, little veranda thing, of protection, and we're like untouched. And I always say that we're what's that I put on the sleeve of the Braveheart biker? Oh, useless to government. Because we're useless to government, it's like we can't be found as well. And I always say that it's like we're protected. I can't explain it any more than that. It's like everything's collapsing and falling down around us, but we're still feeling, and this is a feeling that we're emitting, that we still feel safe. And I guess that would come back to the past 3 years that we've all gone through on this channel, losing friends and family, being ostracized, vilified, having vaccine injuries, people losing their jobs to mandate, whatever your experience is. It doesn't matter what your experience is. You might have been jabbed and then you've woken up and realized what the hell was going on, which is a terrible shock. We've grounded ourselves through these experiences, but we've also managed to somehow navigate this. And it's like, even with the financial stresses and the things that are still coming towards us and the carpet rollouts that are coming, it's like we still know we're going to be okay. We're still protected. Like, we've all got each other here. We talk about our friendships and being great mates and buddies, and we've formed this little connection. Then we've all chosen to live in Terra Bella, which is our beautiful earth that we chose to go to when we're feeling overwhelmed or we're trying to navigate things. So I feel like we know that we can get through anything that they kind of throw at us. That's what I'm getting. And that's, again, that Whitney Houston song. Whatever that's called. What's that song called? Learning to love yourself. I'm sure that's what it's called. Learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. And that's a very significant song for us, because we've had to really learn to love ourselves and take care of ourselves, and it's not in a selfish way. It's in a way that's important to our own health, and it's really important actually to our own health and well-being and our mental state as well. Let's see what else we get today. Oh, and the guides are just saying, like, keep finding your direction, keep finding your path, keep steering. I always talk about us steering our own ship, but keep steering it in the direction you want to go. Just because we're being told we're going to have to do this, this, and this. Hello, it's us. It doesn't mean we're going to do it, because we're the rebel, remember? Maverick, Braveheart bikers who go the opposite direction and get put on the naughty chair, the thinking chair, which is good because we get time to meditate and think. And when we're pushed aside by government for not complying, see, we're not the compliers. So we don't have to, as much as little, we do get the ripple effects. I always talk about us getting the ripple effects, and we always have, even in the last 3 years, we get the ripple effect. We don't want to go into that panic mode, is what the guides are saying. We don't want to go into the panic attacks and anxieties that these sleepwalkers are now going to start to have. We need to remain calm. We need to keep finding our direction and just staying on our path. And even if we get bumped off it, which we're probably likely to get bumped off it, just get back on and just keep going, because we've got that toughness and that resilience. Let me see if there's something to close with today. Hang on a minute. Oh, it's just saying it. It said people are running scared from government. They are, because they know government's up to no good. Example, Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, Biden, do you think that they've been lying to you all this time and it was all, the voting might have been a little bit of a scam, do you think? And Trump got ousted. And I mean, who knows where that would have all gone had it all been normal. So a lot of question marks. People are running from government now because it's becoming very obvious that they've been lied to. Another one, Dan Andrews. He even has people saying that they muck around with the votes down there and they put in these other parties to trick the voters to tick that box so that ends up going to Dan Andrews. So we all knew we knew he was going to get in. This is how it all goes. And we're not the only ones seeing it. These people are seeing it. The sleepwalkers who are now having their anxiety panic attacks about their life that they're now starting to see unfold before them as it all crumbles and collapses. Well, that's what they're seeing. Hang on a sec. And I'm getting from the guides, like, just don't regret anything. Don't regret anything that you've done in the last 3 years. Don't regret all the protesting, all the standing up, all the posting of the seeds that we planted on our Facebook pages, all our channels, all the things that we've been doing, because this is all starting to become truths. Everything that was squashed down the algorithms, everything that was hidden from people, everything that was said to be just a conspiracy. I had so many people tell me everything I said wasn't true and it's just a conspiracy. Hold strong with those beliefs because they're coming true. They are. People are seeing them. It's the truth bubbles. I always talk about once the truth is out there, it's out there. It comes out eventually. Might not come out that day, might not come out next week, but they always come out eventually. And more truths follow them. Hang on a second. Hang on. Oh, sometimes the guys just give me too much stuff, guys. Hang on, I'll see if there's something to close with. Hang on a minute. God, the guys are just saying, like, to us, I'm getting a lot of messages today, aren't we? To take time out of your busy schedule, to, like, reignite again, to fire up that passion in your belly again. Because they're saying, like, you never know when you have to make a stand again. I think we're always ready for that anyway. We always have our sort of sword and shield at the ready. We did get the message from the guides to kind of hang it up for maybe a month and have a little break. But there might come a time again when we need to stand up again, and I think we would always be willing to do that. We're certainly not scared of doing that, and we would do that when the time is right for us to go back into battle. But you know, we can have the month off. The guides are still saying, yes, you've probably got another 3 weeks, or wait till just after Christmas to get your sword and shield down again. But always be ready for that that battle, because there's a lot of battles coming in 2023. And they're not insignificant. They're huge. They're going to be huge. They are. Huge freedom fighting battles. Globally. Hang on. God, there's going to be heaps of disruptions now to inner city travel, like trains, buses, Ubers, cabs. There's going to be lots of disruption. With all these changes that are happening, it's inevitable that there's going to be lots of disruptions and delays. So this could even be strikes as well, because we know strikes do that. So I feel like this is going to be those inner city changes and infrastructure changes that are going to sort of transpire, and it's going to cause havoc for the little people as usual. Always getting disrupted, aren't they? Nothing's simple in our lives going forward anymore. It really isn't. Hang on a minute. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting this song from the government now, and it's called Take It to the Limits. But I'm getting 2 songs now. This is weird. The government's going to take it to the limit. So they're going to push this as much as they can this reset now, because they want to take it to the limit. It's that, you know, computer games theory, but it's the take it to the limit. So I'm getting that take it to the limit, watch it in the water. There's two songs I'm getting. I'm getting that song, and I'm also getting, is it the Eagles? Take it to the limit one more time. So I'm getting two take it to the limit songs. Take it to the limit, watch it in the water. Yeah, there's two take it to the limit songs. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. These global elites are trying to take their reset to the limit. Not if we can help it. We'll stand up again if necessary, won't we, guys? So I'm going to leave you with those two songs today. We're going to go and listen to them and see what the words are, because we get a lot of messages here through music. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I'm off to cook dinner now. That's very exciting, isn't it? And I will say goodbye from Australia. Hit the like buttons, guys. Please feel free to comment down below. And remember to look out for the countries. They're still coming. I've got a few more left in the hat. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Bye.